because of COVID, because of lockdown, not everyone was wearing sneakers all the time, and I think this more or less became an year for slides and an year for the sandals, as we say in India, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen some really cool slides dropping in India. We've seen Pharrell's, we've seen the Yeezys, and obviously like Nike constantly has some really cool slides on their website. So what do you guys think about that? And definitely Birkenstock also coming to India. That's a pretty cool thing.
I think the Adidas Feral ones were like good. I like how it looked, and I'm sure that it's very comfortable. I've not gotten a chance to get it on feet, but I just know it would have been comfortable. But by looking at it, I think it's nice to have it. And also Nike bringing back the channel. Uh, I think a few last year and few years ago, it was very rare that we saw after the ACG kind of
Yeah.
that a trend that we had with the sandals. This is like um, after that, this is like one time that we had the sandals back in Nike. Otherwise, it was pretty much the sliders in Nike. Yeah, that is good. And I've seen many people rock the sandals too, like when they're not wearing. And it's a good time to do that because you're usually at home or you just not going for anything big or a larger like a social kind of a meeting or anything like
Yeah.
that. So it's a good time to wear them. Yeah.
Sure. Aman?
Yeah, so as far as slides go, I just stick with the generic stuff. I don't really go out of my way. The ones that really caught my eye some time back was the Eric Emanuel Adidas collab, and but it was the whole collection. Like there was I think there was a hoodie, there were shorts, and then there were the slides.
Okay.
I
Mm.
think it was one of my favorite drops by Adidas India, and yeah, strictly talking about slides, Birkenstock is now here, so and it's here for good. So I think you are going to see a bunch of people use that as a backdoor into the sneaker world
Yeah.
because they don't have a direct connection to us or to the circle that has already gone through the GRs. You know, the whole learning curve
Yes.
of GRs, collabs, and then deciding within the collabs which one is the quality collab and which one is not. I think they are going to use that as the backdoor because they can find it relatable because it's a mass market product, the sandal, and then you know enter the sneaker world from there.
Sure. Sure. Vikram?
So I think you're absolutely right about COVID letting to open sandals now being, very much in a lot of people. I think Birkenstock, I mean, they came to India at a time when COVID wasn't there, but I mean, I think they were the only people who got lucky that COVID was here and
Yeah.
that, people now started to buy a lot of Birkenstocks. I see people posting stories wearing Arizonas and whatnots. And also, I think Puma, I was attending an inline presentation couple of days back. Puma is also coming up with a lot of, sandals, slip-ons for the next season because I think all the brands are cashing in on the fact that, if you're not going out, you're not necessarily going to be wearing a sneaker at home uh, unless it's very necessary or you have people coming at home or whatnot. I mean, people want to be comfortable at home. So
Yeah.
I think Birkenstock for sure solves that problem. Even though I would say it's a little bit of bit of on the expensive side of things, but I think India as a market, as it's always been, is now going to slowly get used to the 5,000, 6,000 mark. Getting sandals like Yeezys are now becoming normal, right?
Yeah.
Everybody you see 22K pair of shoes is I don't think a lot of people buy that, but yet they're sold out every time. So somebody is buying them, right? That's the
Yeah.
thing. So I think definitely open sandals are now going to be very in, and I'm expecting a lot of brands to be coming up with a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. Shah?
So I'm gonna start off by saying fuck Crocs. They're not acceptable even though it's lockdown or even if it's the end of the world. I don't know why that fried chicken collab Crocs came out. You know what they're called, but that really disturbed me during lockdown. Apart from that, I think the slide that worked for me best, which I tried on, I was completely against them. Don't get me wrong. Again, talking about them, I was completely against them a month ago, but I tried them on recently from a friend, the Easy Slide, and I think I fell in love with that. That was one of the first time I tried slides in general of like at least like how Aman said like earlier, like he doesn't really look at the brand or anything. I also never really looked at the brand. I never really watched slides. I just saw whatever I had at home. But after trying out the easy slide, I still don't love the way it looks, but comfort wise, it was really good. And I think that's the main slide for me that came out this time. I think that's the way forward in terms of slide, just comfort wise. I think it's one of the better ones that I've seen. And yeah, I do see a lot of brands going towards that direction, except for Crocs. I don't care about Crocs, but everything else is yeah, pretty cool.
Sure. So if we are I won't say the word, but if we despise Crocs, then what do you think about the foam runners? I think people still say
There,
it's the Crocs for the easy world.
it totally is, that's for sure. But let's see what they look like more when we see more pairs of them, I guess. Like, I think they still look a little better than Crocs, in my opinion. I think, like, whatever Kanye does, again, this is my opinion, it tends to look a little bit weird at the beginning, and then I guess your eye gets used to it. That's how I've always felt a lot of the releases, like the 950 boots that he did, or the 750s essentially, and initially the desert rat 500. So like initially it looks a little weird, but then I think you get used to it, you understand better, then you like it. So let's see how the foam runner goes goes out. I think next year, and like how many releases we see, how it looks like it more and more person. When it's more accessible to people. I'll wait for that to make my opinion, I guess, on that.
Sure.